Can we cut Gwen some slack?
Black queens forever, snow bunnies never.
Damn. I know, she wasn't supportive as the man, the myth, the legend, Hobie Brown. This was still her movie though. I know Miles always still the show, and he was a star, and all this other stuff. However, I think Gwen's growth in this movie is something to be marveled at. From the beginning, middle, and end, she learned a lot, went through a lot, lost a lot, and I really think we should give her a bit more sympathy and grace. In this video, I want to explain the reasoning for why she took the action that she did, and why I think we should give her just a little bit more slack.
Losers.
Gwen needed Spider Society. This is something we see at the start of the film. I mean, she loses her best friend, and her dad did this. Damn. She didn't have a real role model up until she saw Dress Drew, and she was so damn lonely. The first thing she tells her is,
"Will you adopt me?"
This drives her to join the society, since the last time she really felt connected to anybody was Into the Spider-Verse. She just needs somebody to relate to for real. We see her embracing her role in society, a community that understands her struggles and understands the responsibility of being Spider-Man. So by joining this, she gains the support and that guidance that she desperately needs, allowing her to flourish. Through this, we as the viewers have a real reason to understand why she chose to join in the first place, and for those bonds of friendship and community. However, the bonds run deeper than community. Jess was more than a role model. She became Gwen's mentor, for better and for worse.
Wakey, it's time for school. Come on.
Jess sucks. I mean, at the start of the film, she did a great thing, bringing Gwen along, helping her cope with loss and loneliness, giving her access to a community that understands her struggles way too well. However, the cost is too high. Jess mentors Gwen to improve her technical abilities, but also injects her and Miguel's BS Canon Theory into her as well. This helps all Spider people in there absolve themselves of the immense guilt they feel when they lose someone. Caught in that same self-loathing cycle Gwen was in, most of them were on the same path. Jess sucks not because she doesn't uplift Gwen, but because she doesn't let her spread her wings. She was overbearing.
Stop hovering, you're literally hovering.
Because of this, Gwen sought out her complete opposite as refuge. That's right, the GOAT, Hobie Brown. If not for Hobie, Gwen would be not as confident, joyous, or happy as she was. If not for Hobie, Jess would have turned Gwen completely to her side, and would have moments of Gwen questioning her mentor, and more importantly, the theory.
I have no idea what I'm doing, but I know I'm doing it really, really well.
Canon Theory made sense until it didn't. In this film, we see Gwen questioning Canon Theory here and there, and within reason. A lot of it doesn't make sense. Most of it feels like self-loathing and not really scientific and more like therapeutic. I mean, the idea of a Spider-Verse is mostly a writer's tool to describe the task of writing a Spider-Man story, but in universe did a good job to try and describe why one might actually believe it's a real thing. However, there are certain key moments that lead us to realize the truth that will be revealed in the final film. Point number 1. Miles is the anomaly. Why does he have predestined canon? If Miles wasn't supposed to get bit, why does he have any predestined story now? Any canon events? If he had not gotten bit, would they still demand that Jeff die? Simply because he's a police captain? And why is it only police captains? Why not firemen or mayors or whoever really? I mean, the safety definition here doesn't allow for much confidence. Furthermore, Miles has already lost that male figure in his life in the form of Uncle Aaron. Some might say that's his Captain Stacy moment and Uncle Ben moment, right? But why do we have to go to Pop's dimension and have his Captain Stacy moment before his Uncle Ben moment, right? It doesn't make any sense. Point number 2. If they can save one universe, they can save them all. So speaking of Pop's dimension, there's a lot of issues that I saw here. Namely, if they can save his dimension, why can't they save them all? We see or hear them talk about saving a dimension from a canon disruption is possible, but it's a gamble. If all it takes is a handful of Spider-Man and these devices, then saving somebody's life is worth it, especially someone like as honorable as Inspector Singh. I believe we as the viewer are asked to question the validity of Miguel's theory, as we haven't seen a canon event truly unravel a world. We've only heard about it after the fact. This combined with the fact that Inspector Singh's death, a canon event, was caused by the Spot, somebody who came from an alternate dimension, who was sent after fighting the original anomaly? Come on, bro. That sounds like some writer BS. Furthermore, if Inspector Singh's death was predetermined, how come Lila was having trouble tracking down the Spot initially? Shouldn't she have known when and where he would be, considering he's the cause of Singh's death at canon events? Point 3. Gwen's father just proved that you can do your own thing. So Captain Stacy went from almost blasting his daughter to quitting the Piggy Patrol like a boss. This not only proves that Gwen's life has completely changed for the better due to Miles Morales, but also that their destiny is in their hands, not some algorithm. No offense, Lila. But now we know as viewers that you can pretty much change a story at your will, and I think it's supposed to be a metaphor for our lives and being able to change your own destiny. So now we know that Canon Theory is pretty much BS. I mean, let's face it, Canon Theory is only there to help Miguel cope with the fact that he KO'd a whole universe just because he was in a silly, goofy mood. And I get why Miguel is so emotionally triggered at Miles and Gwen, but logically he isn't using his 2099 genius correctly. Just as well most likely has some sad anime backstory that caused her to act this way. And I get it, we all lose people. It doesn't mean you get to yell at people, tell them how they can lose, who they can lose, and why they have to lose. Gwen went on a journey in this film from a place of loneliness, loss, to community, confusion, and then hope. Gwen has grown a lot since her first appearance, and I think it's important to remember that she's just a kid. And I know Miles is actually younger than her, but just like he said, his strength comes from his mom, his dad, and even his uncle. Miles is the only spider there who hasn't lost or almost lost everybody, so he is the strongest. Now with Gwen getting a band to save him, I'm just hoping they keep it that way.